Different ways of consuming marijuana. Cannabis is most often inhaled, either through a cigarette, pipe, water pipe, or vaporizer. Users tend to prefer inhalation as a route of administration because it enables them to experience marijuana's effects almost immediately after ingestion. This outcome allows consumers to moderate their dose fairly easily, taking a small number of tokes until they have achieved their ideal level of intoxication, similar to how most alcohol consumers sip wine or drink beer over the course of an evening. Regardless of whether a person is inhaling cannabis via a joint, pipe, or bong, she is still subjecting her lungs to noxious smoke. Contrary to popular lore, the use of a water pipe filtration system primarily cools marijuana smoke. The technology is not particularly efficient at eliminating the toxic byproducts of combustion. In fact, one study found that bongs produce 30% more tar per cannabinoids than the unfiltered joint. As a result, some cannabis consumers are now turning to vaporizers, devices that heat marijuana to a point where cannabinoid vapors form but below the point of combustion. This technology, which we discuss further in Chapter 5, allows users to enjoy the rapid onset of marijuana's effects while avoiding many of the associated respiratory hazards associated with smoking, such as coughing, wheezing, or chronic bronchitis. Consuming moderate to high quantities of marijuana orally, such as in food or in a tincture, will yield a much different and often far more intense outcome. For starters, users will not begin to feel any psychoactive effects of the drug for a good 45 to 90 minutes after ingestion, making it difficult to self-regulate the dosage. Once these effects do begin to take hold, they tend to be far stronger acting and last far longer than the effects of inhaled cannabis. This result is because of the way our bodies metabolize THC. When marijuana is smoked, THC passes rapidly from the lungs to the bloodstream and to the brain. By contrast, when marijuana is taken orally, a significant portion of THC is metabolized into the other chemicals, including the highly potent 11-hydroxy-THC, before reaching the brain. Smoking cannabis produces only trace levels of this chemical. As a result, both the physical and psychoactive effects of THC are magnified. Of course, some users prefer these longer-lasting effects, just as some alcohol consumers prefer the stronger buzz of hard liquor over low-potency beer or wine. Other consumers, particularly less experienced users, prefer the milder effects associated with inhalation. Among users of medical marijuana, most favor inhaling cannabis as opposed to taking the legal oral pill Marinol because the prescription drug makes them feel too stoned.